And hello, everybody. Welcome back to another week live from the Cleaner Studio. This is the Cleaner Cast, available on live on YouTube every Friday, 6 Central. Available on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. The next day, subscribe, rate, and review. I need some reviews, people. Get on it. But let's get this show on the road. We got the Canadian cohort himself. He is Mr. Alex Dewar at Bucky VW. What's up, Dewar?
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It is the last day of September. I don't know where September went.
Yeah, really.
Tomorrow is October 1st, beginning of spooky season for all those fans of that. So only 31 days to get some candy, get your treats, get your snacks. I think you should get some snacks and some treats right now because I think this is going to be a good one.
That's right. Get your popcorn ready, get your drinks, get your questions for Miss Chelsea from Attention to Details. But Dewar, what'd you detail this week? Anything?
Didn't do anything this week. I really wanted to coat the girlfriend's car today because I had the day off, but didn't have a lot of motivation for that. Other things kind of got in the way.
Yeah.
But I want to get to it because up here at the end of September, early October, you're kind of playing with fire because you could have sun. Like we broke a heat record earlier this week and it was over 30 degrees Celsius and it could snow tomorrow. We don't know.
You better get to it.
But yeah, it's procrastination at its finest is what I call it.
Yeah. So, I've had a pretty awesome weather-wise week this week.
And
man, and it's been nice. We're at the temperature where it's still hot in the sun, but as soon as you step in the shade, it's like you need a jacket.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been pretty nice. I saw our pal Clifford.
Yep.
Big Reds, started a coating special. So he inspired me to do my coating special, and it's going good.
Very
Back
cool.
rolling, coated 3 vehicles since the last podcast, so we rolling.
You're on fire.
Rolling with the nice fall weather. But anyway, we got a guest. Let's get her on and see what's up.
Yeah, let's do it.
She has her own great YouTube channel, plenty of DIY, how-to review videos, all that kind of good stuff. She is the new affiliate manager at Car Supplies Warehouse. She is Chelsea from Attention to Details. Hello, Chelsea.
Hi. Thank you guys for having me on.
Not a problem. Excited to have you.
How to get you big? There we go. All right, now you're in the right spot.
You can keep the little one. It's all
right. Nope, we make you big here on the Cleaner Cast. So, absolute pleasure to have you on the cast. What did you get around the detailing this week? Anything?
I had a couple. I can't even remember. They're just kind of starting to blur together. I had a really nasty interior that I had to do the other day for a customer. Then a full detail earlier that day or earlier that week. I think I had 2 this week, and I took I had 3. I can't even remember. They're starting to blend in. I've had a lot of really big details lately. I had a 3-day it was a 2000 excursion, and the owners had never done anything. It was black and horribly scratched up. They had 8 dogs. The owner, I mean, they're a really, really wonderful couple, but the owner is a vet, and she, instead of whenever dogs come in that they kind of get to the point where they're thinking of putting them down, she just adopts them.
Yeah.
So they have 8 dogs, and there was just so much pet hair, and they actually had vacuumed it before they even brought it to me, and I still had like 7 hours of vacuuming into it. So it was a lot. So my back is killing me. You guys were talking about that earlier, and I'm like,
Yep.
I'm right there with you.
I had one more I could have snuck in for the weekend, but I was like, I've got a schedule for next Wednesday. I got to take some Tylenol and set it out for this weekend.
Yeah.
Excursions are so big. Oh man.
Yeah, that's my big job for sure.
It had that like old car smell to it, so I mean, it was nostalgic in that area, but it was definitely a beast. I ended up having to ceramic coat it, so I had to polish it, but the paint was like super thin in certain areas, but the roof was the biggest part of my brain is just tired. The roof was so big, but they hadn't washed it in probably years. And so I literally I could scrape the scum off of it with my fingernail. So like clay barring it was just, it was a nightmare.
I had something come in. I don't remember what it was, but it had a rack on it. I don't know, big rack. So, and the roof was coated in that scum. So not only was it, hard to clean in the first place, but then you had to wrestle with the rack.
Well, they actually told me to take it apart. So like I was able to unscrew everything, but it was like rusted underneath, like caked on. So it took me 3 hours by itself just to like clay bar and polish the roof. And like once I was done, I was like, I have the rest of the car to do, and I'm so tired. I was like, I'm done. Because I'm almost 6 foot tall, and I could barely reach the center of the roof with my orangutan arms, and so it was exhausting. So
unbelievable.
It turned out really good. I'll hopefully have a video up of that one coming up soon. I just got to edit it, but it was really satisfying to see the end result. The customer was really happy.
You were telling us about all that footage you got backlogged.
Yeah, I got a new phone with a buttload of memory. I just don't have a lot of time to edit everything, but I've got some cool stuff coming up if I could just find the time to edit it. So
Yep. So let's take a step back. Me and Dee were here like to ask you the story, the road to detailing and starting attention to details and then becoming a content creator. So let's start there. Chelsea, if you want to take a step back and tell us about how you got into detailing and all that good stuff.
Sure. So when I was a new mother, my son is going to be 11 actually this month in October. But when he was about 2.5, 3, I was noticing we were struggling financially. My husband does HVAC work, and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and he was gracious enough to work hard enough to be able to provide for us. But I knew that if we ever wanted to maybe save for a bigger house or, be able to just save in general, I would probably need to rejoin the workforce. And I didn't want to pay for daycare. I didn't want to do Mary Kay, Pampered Chef, all the typical, stay-at-home side business things that moms do. And I've always had a passion for cleaning in general. My full-time job before I was a mom was like a physical plant admin assistant at a local college, and I also was a housekeeping supervisor. So I had to learn a lot about chemicals, about cleaning, even polishing floors and stuff like that. And so I was really passionate about that area, and I always had a desire to keep our cars clean. My husband was, again, gracious enough to let me be the one to do that. And he actually kind of got me introduced into Meguiar's and some of their paint polishing systems. And so I just started dabbling with it on the side as a hobby and would do cars on the side here and there for family and friends. And my neighbor one day, we were talking about me wanting to go back to work or struggling with what do I do? I don't want to pay for daycare, but I what do I do? He said, well, why don't you detail cars on the side from home? He's like, put your information on the Nextdoor app and just see what happens. And I didn't think anything would come of it. I took a chance, literally put together like a 2-paragraph thing. I think my starting prices were like $75 for a full detail. And it didn't include like paint correction, but it was pretty much everything. And within that first post, I had probably enough details for 3 weeks straight from that first post. And then word of mouth started to just spread. People started to recommend me on the Nextdoor app. And then my neighbor came over to me. He's like, you've had a lot of cars. And he's like, I think it's probably time that you consider getting a business license, getting insurance and stuff. He's like, just in case any of the neighbors, start complaining or anything like that. And I was like, all right. So I got a DBA and a business checking and looked into, I got garage keepers insurance, limited liability insurance, and kind of became official. And again, I didn't really know what would come of it. But that was about 5 years ago, 6 years ago or so. I don't even know. I just keep going. And people keep coming back. I've had some loyal customers from day one, and they will recommend me to friends and family. And then I haven't ever paid once for advertising. It's just been, Google Business, Facebook, the Nextdoor app, and just really loyal customers. And I think it's almost 3 years now. I started the YouTube channel more so because I had a superfluous amount of products sitting around that I kind of needed to justify having all of these products because it can be really hard as detailers. I think a lot of us are like-minded or personalities in that we always get caught up in, ooh, that looks cool, or try that out. And before we knew it, like we may try it once and be like, it's okay, or the next best thing comes out, and so we have to try that, and before you know it, you've got like 20 years worth of polishes that you're like, I don't need this many.
Yep, absolutely.
And I mean, I had some people recommend. I started out, just like with my first video, Max Shine had reached out to a handful of detailers and was like, hey, we want to be, have this program where we send you stuff, you do reviews on it, for free or anything like that, and just give us some feedback. And so I did a review on the 3-inch rotary they had sent me and some other stuff. And, feedback from other detailers was just like, you kind of have a thing here, like just go with it. And I didn't know if anything again would come of that. There's not many YouTube female detailers that you see out there. There's a few, but I kind of wanted to take it from the approach of, like, you're right there with me detailing in the garage. If you were a beginner or an enthusiast, how would I kind of teach you about this product or, discuss this product with you? And so I kind of take it from that standpoint versus, just one certain format or structure. So a lot of times it's just very spontaneous. A vehicle will come in and I'm like, hey, that looks like a good topic to discuss with people, and then maybe I'll have a product that someone sent me or that I've purchased that I'm like, this would make a really good demonstration. And so it's surprised me how well it has done. I think we are close to 18,000 subscribers now. And it gets about 400, 500 new subscribers every month, which is just like, I still kind of pinch myself that it has gotten where it's gotten and who knows where it could go. I mean, I'm not in it to be famous or anything. I just like helping people. And it's been, the neatest part has been when people message me and they just say, you gave me the confidence to either start my business or to try polishing for the first time, or I did this, with this product that you recommended and it did a great job. And that feels really good to be able to help people like that. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we all have that cabinet of chaos, especially if you're a YouTuber, for sure. That's what I call it.
Guilty.
Purged my polishing cabinet not too long ago. I threw away some stuff that was 3 or 4 years old. I was like, it's time.
Yeah.
Dump them.
Yeah, there are shelf lives to most of those products.
Yep. Definitely for sure.
Although we all probably still have that like 1990s turtle wax compound sitting in the back of the cabinet. We're like, maybe one day it'll be worth it.
One day. Yeah. The one that the bottle looks a little too cool to just throw away. You're like, we're going to keep this one a little bit. Let it age to perfection.
Who knows? Maybe Jason will buy it in a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jason just did that video with all the cool labels and stuff.
I was like, what? I actually, that was a cool video to see all the old school products.
Yeah, that was a really good idea for video. That was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, where were we? Cabinet of Chaos, YouTube content. So how did you, get into the editing and all this stuff? And, did you enjoy that process?
I've always had a little bit of a creative side. My mom would say, at least. And I always, for me, it's kind of an artistic approach. I create videos that would be interesting to me to watch. And so if a lot of people are like, I don't like it. Well, I mean, half the time I end up fast forwarding through videos because I just want to get to the point of it. So a lot of times I do more time lapses because I'm just like, just get to the end. Like, I just want to see the finished result. And so, I love watching all the different YouTube videos from the different creators and seeing their creative design styles. Like, you have a really neat way of creating content, Jamie, that I wouldn't ever think of. And like Phil Miranda or even Detail Geek, or I think I'm constantly learning and like, oh, that's interesting. But half the time I'm just winging it, and just trying to do my best. I do everything on my phone. I film on my phone. I edit on my phone. I upload on my phone. So there's some of these guys out there that have like $1,000 cameras, MacBook Pros. They've got 2 screens and they're doing all. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
If I put on my phone, it wouldn't happen. So I'm thankful for technology in that way, but I'm limited even with what I can do because there's a lot more I'm sure I could do. It is what it is, and I'm thankful for those that appreciate maybe my approach to creating content. So.
Yeah, it's funny how we each develop, our own little style. Like, when you click on, I saw Carlos here, you're going to see him standing in front of the customer's vehicle, in the driveway telling you what he's doing for the day. And then we got, I think I saw who else is in here. Papa Smurf. You know what he's going to be doing in front of his little workstation. He's going to be telling you all about it.
We got well, the best camera you have is the one you have with you or in your pocket.
Yeah. So. Then you have the super duper guys like Rick from Rag Garage. We had him on last week. He's going to go all out. He's got the spinning mounts, and it takes him 8 hours to record him shooting foam.
Yeah. There's a new girl that I just found on YouTube, Auto Care HQ. I think she's British. Her name is Heather, though, but like she has some of the best cinematography for her videos. And I mean, in one sequence, she could have 5 angles. And I'm like, good Lord, the time it takes. I messaged her just to be like, you have a great channel. And she's like, it's just me and my camera. I'm like, I thought you had a professional videographer with you, because she's changing angles so many times. And it's like that really professional, like slow pan out. And I'm just like, I could watch and listen to her channel for days. Like, it's just her accent is awesome. But I have a lot of respect for the different YouTubers and just the creative differences that are out there. And there's something for everyone. We're all going to be a little bit different and unique. And that's what I can appreciate about it. But I'm always watching and learning as well, just to maybe pick up and see what I can maybe carry over. So
yeah, that's what's great, is even if we all reviewed the same product, you're going to get something different from each YouTube video.
Yeah.
In a way we're going to use it and our thoughts on it. So YouTube is pretty fun with all the different creators. But so that leads us, it actually just popped up, Mr. Chicago Auto Pros, whoever's behind that account. I'm sure it's Jason, but your Chicago Auto Pros or Car Supplies Warehouse connection, how'd that come about, and leading into you becoming the affiliate manager?
It was honestly, I think, a God thing. I was fortunate enough back in February, I think actually earlier than that, Car Supplies Warehouse, Jason, Chicago Auto Pros, they were doing a scholarship giveaway. I think it was 5 that they were giving away. And I was one of the lucky 5 that won a scholarship that it included hotel, airfare, and a class of my choice at their Detail Wise Academy.
Nice.
And I have always wanted to do training. Just finances never were there. And also I'm a mom of 2 kids. My husband has his own business. And so someone kind of has to be home to hold down the fort. I couldn't just leave and be like, hey, you need to take 3 days off of work. My job is flexible enough, and that if he ever needs to leave, I'm like, go ahead, I can take care of everything. But it's a little bit different roles are reversed. So Dave was like, just go do it. And he's like, have fun, learn. And there were a lot of different classes to choose from between tint and PPF, paint correction, ceramic coatings, and then they also had their business class. And paint, correction and ceramic coatings, I felt like I was confident enough that I, wouldn't maybe benefit from that. I mean, I'm sure I could learn a lot from it, but
definitely.
I didn't. The business side of things was really where I struggle. And I mean, if you guys saw my stream with Kelly Jones, I mean, obviously it's still an ongoing thing that I am learning about as far as managing a business and finances and things like that. And I went more than anything just to kind of see what direction I wanted to take my business in, and get some counseling and other people that are in my position, what they're doing. And it was really cool to see so many other detailers, young and old, married couples, single, even some brothers, just the variety of business and business models that are out there, and just to get practical advice from Greg and Jason and Jess. And while I was there, Jason and I kind of created a friendship, and I introduced myself to him, shared with him, my YouTube channel. And we started kind of off as a affiliate with Car Supplies Warehouse in general, with them supporting the channel. And I was like beyond excited, just because that was really the first time a company of that level had seen something in me. Right. It was extremely validating, but I never wanted to be sponsored by a brand. I didn't want to ever purchased by a brand, or how some people perceive it. But I liked the fact that this is all
of them,
all of the brands, So I'm not necessarily supporting, but I can get behind a company that, one, they love educating other detailers and just being genuine and authentic. And that's one thing that I really perceived from Jason, is just that he is who he is. on screen, behind the screen, he is 100% genuine and authentic. And he's just a really great guy and someone that I could see myself just having a beer with, just hanging out with.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a whole lot of people in the industry that I have maybe felt that way about, that I appreciate that authenticity. So, that's just kind of the initial beginning of our relationship. And then he had me come out earlier this summer because as their affiliate program has developed, and he also has a lot of other things that he is pursuing as far as the bays and also, just multiple businesses and shops and things like that. He wants to be able to do that really well. And he knows that he needs maybe some more support. And so he reached out to me to see if that would be something that I would be interested in doing kind of as a part-time thing. It's not a full-time gig. But it's been really cool just to get to know some of the other brands that are out there, get to know their backstory, more about their products and why they created them. And then to be able to support even people like you, Jamie, and maybe Phil and other channel creators to be able to have information about these products. And it's not that you're pushing a brand, it's just, providing information to people like you guys so that you can inform your audience. So that's kind of my role. It's been really cool to just grow this position and it's a learning process, but it's been fun to be a part of it.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that scholarship at the beginning of the year. I applied for it too, and I was on the same mindset as you were. Like, I wasn't going to go for the ceramic coating paint correction class. It would have definitely been business as well. So yeah, I was definitely in that mindset too. Unfortunately, Jason did not pick me.
I still would encourage you to check it out though, because it has a lot of information just from, finances and then how to set up, even employees training and different things like that, how to set up your prices. I know a lot of people, it's just the basic problems that people have that go over in that class. So.
Yep. And one day I want to get into tint. So that's another one he does over there. That'd be pretty fun to get into. I just feel like tint is a little tint and PPF world. I'm like, I don't know if I want to jump into that. It just seems like a lot of focus.
Yeah,
I think it takes a certain level of patience and what very much an art form. Because I think there's a lot of people that like look at that and it's like, oh, that's easy, and then they go to do it. It's like, oh, this sucks. This is not easy.
Yeah,
so,
I
mad respect for both those crafts.
I had to remove one time from a customer's tint, like her tint windows. It was starting to peel off. She's like, if you could just remove that. I think 2 hours later, blisters on my finger. I was like,
even just remove it.
I'm never doing this again.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the Car Supplies Warehouse affiliate program, just a great program in general. There's not, all we've had for quite a while was the Amazon links. I think we've all, a time or two, once you start becoming a content creator, you make your Amazon profile and you make your little links and you're like, I'm gonna get, a nice little kickback so I can buy more products.
Take over the world of Amazon.
Yeah, and then about once every 3 months, you find out you can buy like one product.
Yeah, that's on sale by 30%.
Yeah, that's usually about how it works.
It's been funny because a lot of people would perceive a program like that as you're being bought and paid for, and that's really not the case. Like you are not guaranteed any sort of finances when you are part of an affiliate program, but there are multiple affiliate programs. I think McKee's 37, Detailed Image, Amazon, I think even Rag Company, a lot of these companies have affiliate programs that people are part of. And if you even go into majority of the big channels that are on YouTube, they're all going to have Amazon links at least. So they're a part of some sort of affiliate program, but that doesn't mean that they're getting paid to do that review. It's just, if I'm going to take the time to create the content, to edit the content, to purchase the products, this is a great way to maybe compensate yourself a little bit for the time, like a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, when you start making content on YouTube, like right off the bat, people are going to start hitting you up and going, where's the links? Where's the links? They're always looking for links. So if I'm going to take my time to go put a dang link in the dang description, because it takes time,
That'll take more time than video.
Yeah, half the time that description is like half the dang uploading process. But yeah, I'm gonna put a link in there. I better be getting a little something back from it. But yeah, so
yeah, I've been learning the skill of like doing it in a separate app and then copy and pasting it, because whenever I go to upload it, it would time out, and I'm like, I have to do this all over again.
Yeah, a template of sorts I think is very helpful. I mean,
that's my least favorite part
of the platform,
is the description.
I know that's the part that takes the most time, but I think, as far as affiliate links and things like that, it's been really cool to be a part of Car Supplies Warehouse and their growth. They've been getting on some really amazing brands. They're going to be doing Purist. They've got Vonix coming on. I mean that they've been there, but they're going to be, highlighting them and sharing them with the content creators so that they can share what is on Car Supplies Warehouse with their viewers. And so there's, I think, even a few brands that are going to be brand new to them coming on very shortly. So it's just really exciting to be a part of their growth, their journey. And I like supporting a company that values things that are valuable to me, as far as authenticity, being genuine, and the content creators that are part of the affiliate program all kind of mirror those values. And so I'm honored to be a part of it. And I know that this isn't necessarily, me wanting to do a sales pitch or anything like that. But if there are people like you and I, Jamie, that are watching, that are interested in doing that, I'm the person that you want to reach out to if you want to learn more about the affiliate program, because it's free to join. There's no commitment whatsoever. It's just a great way to maybe, get a little bit of money back for the time you put into creating the content, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, any of them really. So
yeah, I like how he's done it, and with like there's a tier system to it as well. So it's kind of becomes like a fun little game for you. Look at the stats and all that.
You get what you put into it is my mentality.
Yep.
Like if you put a little bit into it, you might get a little bit out of it. If you put a lot into it, there's great potential that you could get quite a bit out of it. I know that, we within the gold program, let's, say for instance, if you're part of the gold program, you would have a certain percentage every month, but let's say we have a featured brand, you're going to have an exponentially higher percentage commission with those featured brands for affiliate links. And so it's encouragement to kind of promote it, but it's not an obligation. There's no contract. There's no, at the end of the day, if it's not working, okay, great. There's that's what I love about it.
Those links just float in space and you can move on. Yep.
That's it.
Yep. That's like a lot of my Amazon links. I don't even think I've put an Amazon link on my videos in like half a year, and they'll ding me and you got $2 this month, and I'm like, hey, one's still going out there. So yeah, it's pretty funny when that happens. But any more highlights of the affiliate program you want people to know about?
I mean, really, that's it. I don't ever want to
pretty much covered it.
Yeah, I don't want to ever seem like I'm pushing a program down anyone's throat. It's just a great opportunity for people who want to create content for their customers or for viewers, just to maybe get a little bit of money back. And if you're going to be using the products anyways, why not a little bit of money, to kind of reimburse yourself, or maybe continue to buy more products to test out. It's this horrible cycle.
Yep.
The self-feeding monster, I call it. But
yep. If you're crazy people like me and Chelsea, a good affiliate program helps you a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, I never thought in a million years that this would be a job that I would have as far as the YouTube side of things. I know my son is 10 going on 11, and he actually wants to grow up to be a YouTuber but play video games. And I'm like, that's not a career to be had. I'm like, being on YouTube, and then I'm like, oh wait.
It's a thing.
Like, it's different when it's mom's doing it and I'm doing like an actual trade. But it's just it's really sometimes the weirdest thing, like being a part of this system, this I don't know, world of YouTube. There's a whole nother level that gets brought into it. So I try not to get into all of the drama that can be on YouTube, and just kind of do my thing, share my knowledge, and then unplug and go on my merry way with my family. So
yep. And that's the thing, the affiliate program isn't this company throwing money at you. It's just a way, if someone watching wanted to support your channel and they actually wanted to buy from basically you, go ahead and click that link, and there you go.
And I love it when I have people that message me and they're like, hey, you created the video, you told me about the product. I want to support you. Can you send me an affiliate link? And I just think that's the coolest way to say thank you ever. So
Yep. So Dewar, you got anything on affiliate links?
No, I think that's really cool. And I know the Car Supplies Warehouse one, it's a bit different. And it's nice that it does kind of cover so many different brands, and so many different companies of products. And, because there's people out there that are brand loyal. There's some people that don't care. They just want to try everything. And, I'm certainly guilty of that. Yeah, I mean, just getting back a little bit, even if you're just a minor one, even just a couple bucks, makes you kind of feel good. And, some people, make a ton of money doing it if they can get an audience. But I mean, as you guys mentioned, the tier program is wonderful too. And I like Jamie's terminology of it being a bit of a game. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, it's nice that, you're not really tied down to one brand, because Car Supplies Warehouse carries so many different things. And, yeah, I mean, because it is fairly new, correct? Like it hasn't been around for too long.
Within the last year or so.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah,
they were there, but I think the big push has been this past year. More brands and things like that. I personally did not know about them prior to my experience with Chicago Auto Pros. They may have been there, but the affiliate program I know is newer and is continuing to be developed and growing, and so that part is newer.
Very cool.
Yeah, so go sign up. I like it. If you got a bunch of creators in the chat, so definitely look into it if you're a content creator for detailing products and you got that addiction like me and Chelsea have. But let's move on to the garage. You've had some recent garage projects with the DIY epoxy project. I've done one myself. How's yours holding up over there?
Really good. I was surprised. There have been a couple times that I've had the excursion actually leaked oil on it. It cleaned up easy. Anytime we've had like tire marks on it, it cleans up with just like a mop and water alone. I think for me now, like it's forcing me to keep the garage cleaner. It's a lot easier because like I can just blow it out majority of the dirt, and then I'll actually take just a mop with some water and go over it. I did not know that diesel vehicles have like a charcoal dust everywhere when so that was fun to clean up because it was
diesel
just
life.
It was like black soot everywhere on my floors that I was like, no. I'm still cleaning black soot off of everything, but it's cleaning up really nice. The cabinets are amazing. Like I'm so happy with the new age cabinets I got. They've cleaned up. They've been really durable, and I've been able to stay organized and just it looks so much more professional. I was working on a plate the other day, and we had all the lights on and everything, and I was like, I kind of just want to take a picture. It looks so pretty.
Yep.
Yeah, when I first laid mine, I was like, video, picture. Like it looked so good. But yeah, my concrete sweats, so mine's not holding up that great.
Oh.
So we'll be looking into switch tracks here shortly. Also hired one of my buddies. We talked about him last week, old Casey. His side's peeling up a little more than my side of the garage, so I got to throw a little shade at him there. But yeah, yours looks good. Y'all didn't go with the speckle I saw. It just flat epoxy.
Just flat. I didn't know if I would want the speckle just because I didn't know if it would peel off over time. I kind of wish retrospect that I would have, because it's kind of a semi-gloss type paint, and because he put sand in it, you can actually see like where the sand got thrown, and it annoys me a little bit with my OC. But I think
well, I don't know. I'd say maybe you could sprinkle some on there and then maybe clear coat it. They make a clear coat epoxy. I don't know, now that it's got dirty a time or two, maybe it won't bond right. I don't know.
I don't think it would bond, period, after, because there's a 9-hour cure time with this stuff. Like once you open enough paint, it was done after 9 hours. Like regardless if you used it all. So yeah.
Yep. Well, mine's peeling up in a couple spots, mostly where the tires sit, and then nighttime the humidity comes up and then it sticks to the tire a little bit. But it still looks pretty good. I got to get me a shop mop and a bucket because mine needs a good mopping for sure.
I just bought the cedar mop. I'm gonna try that out. That's the one that you like push your foot and it spins.
Yep.
That will keep it cleaner, a little bit easier for me. So I don't know. Just gives me an excuse buy more stuff.
Yeah. Always got, but yeah, you got the new age cabinets too. Those things have been good.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Like they are extremely durable. They look fantastic. They can hold so much weight. And it just I like the fact that everything is organized now. I know exactly where stuff goes instead of like where but it also it's kind of helping me realize what not to buy because I can see everything now all together. I'm like, I don't need any sealants ever. Like ever.
Yep.
You know, and it like I can monitor my stock and just be able to kind of see what I need. Before I had just kind of bins of stuff all over, and so I couldn't visualize to the depths how bad my addiction was with buying stuff. And then once I put everything in place, I was just like, oh my gosh, like we need to seriously consider like a detailing addicts anonymous.
Yeah,
for people like my name is Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to detailing products.
That would be a funny. Oh no, we lost her. That would be a funny podcast, though. Get all the YouTubers
I see Chelsea has that Canadian Wi-Fi as well. This is wonderful.
Canadian Wi-Fi is fully kicked in, people.
Yeah. I mean that's detailing addicts anonymous might be a good thing. There will be cookies and coffee. I'm sure.
Cookies and coffee. Yeah.
Maybe some PNS swirl killer coffee. Maybe. Who knows?
That's right. We served some PNS swirl killer.
Oh, we are back.
I don't know what happened.
It's the internet's being the internet, I think.
Yeah,
something's going on.
I don't have a hurricane, so I don't know what's going on. But
can't blame it on that.
No.
Yeah. One day I'll invite like 5 or 6 YouTubers on, and we'll do that detailing anonymous show.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty funny. Yep, everybody, if you got questions for Chelsea here, start sending them our way, and we'll hit her up with them. I have a few questions here from Jay-Z sent in before the show started. He always sends me in questions before the show. If you're not going to make the show and you want to send in questions, just hit me up in the DMs, and I'll ask them on the show. But Jay-Z asked, who was her first detailing teacher / mentor? Do you have anybody to help you along the way?
My husband, honestly, was probably the first one. He introduced me to more so the polishing side of things, and then as far as person of here in this area, probably Brian Spittler, I'll be honest with you. And there was also Ryan Harrison and Lenny Ray. When I first started detailing, I got connected with IGL, and Ryan and Lenny were with IGL, and they were a local Pennsylvania detailer, but not local to me. They were like maybe 4 hours north, but Brian was like an hour away. And so they kind of became like big brothers and big sisters to me. I feel like I've talked to them so much online over the years, but never really met them. I met Brian actually for the first time last year when I got certified with his Apex coating. But just, I mean, as far as like someone that I could call if I ever had a question or maybe a crisis, and they could talk me through it. And I think that's really critical for people in our industry, because you can feel like you're on an island a lot of times, especially if you're like us, like a home-based business. And you just don't really have a lot of support or community. And Facebook makes you feel like you have a community, but it's really important, I think, to develop those relationships with people who are where you kind of want to be, so that you can have someone to reach out to when you have those moments, because they will come.
Right.
Yeah. Good to have someone in your back pocket if, something pops up. Vehicles get weird things on them. Weird stuff happens sometimes. And we don't know it all the time. So, yep. And Jay-Z had another question. This is gonna get you going for sure. What are her day-to-day go-to detailing products?
Ooh, very nice.
I'll be honest. Superior products. Their Dark Fury, their Pink Perfection. A lot of times their leather cleaner. Trying to think. McKee's 37. Their 70/30 leather shampoo. If it's like really good condition, that I'm just doing a good deep cleaning. Been really enjoying Apex Auto Wash. Trying to think.
Very good.
I really like the Oberk tire cleaner, wheel cleaner, but the Shine Supply, Wise Guy, that really impressed me. I actually went out and bought a gallon of that. Even their wash and wax soap. I washed my husband's black truck with that stuff the other day, and it helped prevent water spots. It was like temporary sheeting product. And I was like, okay, I need to buy this by the gallon. So I mean, that's one thing that I like about trying out new stuff, because there's so many advances in technology, and then there's just so many ones that I've never tried that I'm like, hey, this is fitting a need that I have. But Superior products, honestly, they are a lot of my go-tos. I use a lot of McKee's 37, but I've probably been using a little bit more Superior lately, just because they're so affordable. And I mean, I tested out a lot of the Shine Supply stuff this past month, with them being the featured brands, and they sent like 2 huge boxes. And so it was kind of hard for me to go through all their stuff. And I've really been enjoying a lot of their stuff. So I think I might keep using them, just because I've been getting really good results. As far as carpets, I've been using the Bridgepoint system, the Flex Ice, and the, I'm trying to think, the BioBreak Citrusol. I've been using that a lot for carpets. Yeah, just there's a lot, but I tend to just kind of go in waves, and every now and then I'll circle back to an oldie but a goodie, and Superior products normally is my oldie but goodie.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I need to get into the Flex line stuff. I know that's a big Carlos thing over there.
Yeah, he and Nick McGurk were the ones that kind of turned me onto it, and I have always bought Bonnet Pro, Rocket Revive It. But they changed. I don't know if it was a COVID thing or what. They don't sell them by the gallon anymore. You've got to buy like a 12, or 12 case of a quart of their stuff. And it's just a lot. I don't need that much. And I like the fact that the Bridgepoint system is a powder, and I can dilute it to however I need. And it's like $45 for a huge jug of it.
Yeah.
And you're going to get months out of that, like months. So it's a good return, and it works really well, really, really well. I've put it through the ringer, and I think, honestly, the Rocket Revive It, it's very similar. I think Rocket Revive It might clean a touch better, and then you're not dealing with potential residue left behind. But they're both are really going to give you good results.
Yep. Shout out to Tim from Shine Your Light Detailing. Rode the hurricane out. Prayers to everybody over there in Florida, and I know our Puerto Rico friends have been hit hard last couple of weeks. So y'all stay safe out there. Yeah, we got a couple more questions for you. Well, this one's from Tug R. He's just talking about one of Jason's videos. When he dropped the Geon coating video, seemed like a stand-up guy / company. Yeah, I think he's done a great job. Even the test that's ongoing right now with the coatings. I really wanted to talk to him about that coating video and how much work went into it and stuff. But he's a busy man, hard to pin down. But Chelsea, what have you thought about content over there at Chicago Auto Pros and stuff?
I enjoy their content. I think Jason has a really fun, creative side to him, and his videos, like, he just kind of states it as it is. And so even his coating durability ones, there was a couple that I was really following closely. And I like the fact that he's even using his own Tesla half the time and just driving it. Chicago has brutal weather. When I was out there in February, I was like, this place sucks. It was awful. I had to drive to the airport at 3:00 in the morning through like snow and rain, and I was like, I just want to go home to Lancaster. But they have a really like tough environment, and so the fact that they can put products to the test out there, I can appreciate that. There's not a whole lot of channels, and it's hard to do durability tests, and the fact that he's doing it half the time on his own vehicles, even a Tesla, is impressive. So
yeah, that's what I always think too when I see like a product failing in one of them torture tests. I'm like, all right, I can multiply that times like 6 for my area, and that's probably about right. Yeah, I love all the content, especially like we talked about the latest where he just unboxed old products. That was great.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Joel Detailing asks, what's your favorite overall product line?
I mean, I know if you followed my channel, you know I'm a huge lover of McKee's 37. They've been a big supporter of my channel, not necessarily financially. I've never been paid by them to review anything. I am an affiliate of McKee's 37. And I get sent products all the time from them to just kind of test out. In fact, they just sent me a new pro grade graphene that they are testing. My husband wants me to put it on his truck, and I'm like, let me test it on a panel first before I commit to a black truck.
It's a bit of work.
It's supposed to be like a lifetime warranty, like potential up to 10 years. So I'm like, what? And I was like, is this supposed to be as I'm imagining it's going to be a nightmare to apply. He's like, no, it's just as easy as our other graphene. And I'm like, well, your other graphene is a breeze. So I like the fact that they do a lot of R&D. And Nick is just a really stand-up guy. And anytime I've had an issue, but I honestly, every single product of theirs that I've tried is stellar results. Right. It can be a little pricey. I feel like they are kind of a niche of more premium grade products, but I feel like you get what you pay for sometimes with detailing products. It's not always the case.
Yeah, it's not always the case.
Yeah, like Superior products, they're super affordable and they are actually really good products. For detailers like you and I who are doing product, more volume and stuff like that, that's a great line to have. For the DIY or the enthusiast that wants to take care of their cars, I feel like McKee's 37 is a great brand to use for your vehicles. I have tons of customers that are like, what should I use to maintain my vehicles after it's detailed? And I send them links to McKee's 37 and they love it. So it's probably McKee's 37 is my go-to brand, but I've been testing, Oberk, I've been testing Shine Supply, a lot of the newer ones that have been newer for me and really liking those as well. So I don't feel like there's one brand that I stick with. There's McKee's 37 is probably the one I've used the longest though.
Yeah. McKee's 37's got a good lineup. They're very, they get specific with stuff, with the floor mat cleaner. Then you got this and that. Their coatings are really easy to apply.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed their coatings.
What are you using these days for coating, Jamie?
I've got a bunch of coatings. I've got the whole G-Technic line. I've got the whole Diamond Pro-Tech line that I'm working my way through. Black Rhino Shine. I got all them. I got both McKee's coating steel.
Have you tried the optics yet from Black Rhino?
Yes, I applied that last Friday. It was fantastic.
Really? They sent me a bottle. I'm excited to test it out. That's what, a 3 to 5 year?
That's what he says. Yeah, 3 to 5 years. And the application was just amazing. It was one of the last hot days here. And like the Diamond Pro-Tech was supposed to be an easy application, but it gave me problems. Optics literally gave me 0 problems. And if it lives up to how Brad's hyping it over there, it's going to be a phenomenal coating.
I'm just like kind of shocked with how he structures his business now with it being profit sharing. Like I've never heard of that with a company doing that, where like he takes a flat rate and then everything, all the extra percentage goes to people who purchase products. And I was like, huh? That's very unique. It's very admirable. So I'm excited to try out optics. I have it on my docket to try out. I saw Mike's auto detailing. He had a question about F11.
Yes, he wanted to know when you're going to get around using an F11 bottle. And
so
and
I bought it years ago. I don't even know if it's any good at this point, but my sister has a Honda Odyssey minivan that she abuses the crap out of that thing. It's black. I think she's washed it with a Brillo pad at one point. And I wanted to I was like, Ash, can I put F11 on your van just to see like how much fillers is in it and then like wash it once and see what it can do? Because I really want to just see what all the hype is about, because everyone swears by it. My dad, I gave him like a test bottle that came with it and he put it on his motorcycle. He's like, that stuff is amazing. And I was like, no, it's really not. Like, I was like, no, but she never will let me do her van because she's like, I don't appreciate detailing like you do. She's like, it's just a van. I don't want to leave my minivan with you for 4 hours for you to play with it. And I was like, please just let me do it. So yeah, it was one of those things where I had a vision for an epic video of like the truth of F11, but my sister won't let me use her van. So Ashley, if you're watching, let me please wash your van.
I've had that same exact like video thought run through my head, and then I go to like look at the price, and it's like $50 for a bottle of the stuff, and I'm like, no, that video.
Gonna need a bit more of that Amazon affiliate for that one. That makes sense.
I almost bought the F11 Pro. They have a new.
Yeah, they got a new one.
It must be even better than the last. And I was like, does it actually work now? Because the last one didn't work. So. I myself had it in the cart, and I think it was like $60 per bottle, and I was like, screw that, no video is worth that. I'm sorry.
Scoop it up. They scoop it up.
Oh my gosh, there are certain like I don't want to say viral videos that, like if you do, let's say Turtle Wax, if you do Turtle Wax video or McGuire's, you're going to get like high views with those because they have a really big support, of followers. Yeah. And F11 is one of those. And I'm like, why? Like, I just don't understand it.
Gee, you should have bought that bottle and sent it to me, and I could have tested it on something.
Yeah, seriously. Gee, if you see one, send it to me too. I'll do it. Actually, no, I have to use up what I have. I should just throw it away, but I spent so much for it. I just can't.
I know.
Throw it away.
At this point, you should just put it on display and be like, that's my golden F11 bottle or something.
I should just send it to Jason to put in his shop.
Yeah, at this point, this is just the vintage F11 bottle.
Yeah.
Humberto wants to know when you're going to be singing again on a video. He says you have a beautiful voice.
Every time I sing, I lose my monetization because it gives me a freaking copyright claim.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah, I did one the other day.
First world problems.
I did Jax's Victoria's Secret, and I was singing in it. And like within 2 seconds, I got a copyright claim on it. And I was like, darn it, YouTube. All that time and effort I put into it, and now Jax is getting free money. And I'm like, fine, it's fine. I'm fine.
Fred wants to know, what's your favorite detailing subscription box?
Oh, I don't really have any. I mean, I don't typically pay for products to be sent to me. I know that, what's the one box that was coming out all the time?
I'll tell you mine, Chelsea. It's Glovebox from gloveboxdetail.com.
There we go.
Okay.
You got one day. You've literally got hours to use promo Jamie30 to save 30% off your monthly.
Fred is Mr. Glovebox himself.
There you go.
So
in the flesh.
I know Glovebox was sending me a few boxes here and there, and I was so backed up with products that I just could not get to them like the month that they sent me. I think I had 3 months like backed up that I was like, this was like 4 months ago. This was the month after that. It was not working for me to be able to like rapidly get the content out there for people to be like, hey, like, I wish I could be as good as like Mike's Auto Detailing. He has a fantastic Instagram page because like he can be like 2 seconds worth. This is, the Glovebox. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? I always think it has to be a 20-minute long video where I'm like, this is everything. Let me test everything for you. And
Chelsea, you need to start on these YouTube shorts. I think YouTube's going to start pushing them. So I think you need to try and shorten it down some videos, kind of like I do. Try that out for you.
That would be awesome if I could get my brain to just condense things, because I'm always like, there's so much I want to say. So
maybe to set up even bigger videos, you do a little short, give a little preview, and then it rolls into your next YouTube video. But yeah, we're coming to the end here. We got to get Chelsea back to the bonfire outside with her kids and get them in bed sooner or later.
Yeah, they were just fighting upstairs. Hopefully you didn't hear them.
And then, so Chelsea, give us all the plugs, and we'll start getting you out of here.
Yeah. So you can follow me on Attention to Details with Chelsea on YouTube, A2D Lancaster on Instagram, and my Facebook page. And yeah, as far as the affiliate manager and affiliate program for Car Supplies Warehouse, if any of you guys are interested, you can shoot me an email at chelsea@carsupplieswarehouse.com if any of you guys are interested, or you can just message me on any of the platforms that I just shared with you. And if you guys have any detailing questions, please, by all means, feel free to shoot me a message on any of those platforms. If you can, maybe don't call me on my cell phone, because I try to reserve that for customers and family and friends, because every now and then I get a call from people and I'm like, a customer's calling me. Yay, I'm going to schedule something. And it's some person saying, hey, I saw this video that you did.
What's your thoughts on F11? I need to know right now.
I need to know.
Yeah, so it's always easier for me just with family and my schedule, just to be able to maybe respond to a message versus a phone call, because half the time I've got a husband in the background going, who is that? Why are
At least the nice thing with the DM is once they answer the question, it's written down and it's there for future reference.
Yes.
Just remember that, people. So
yeah, but thank you guys for having me on. This was a blast to be able to shoot the breeze with you
guys. It was a lot of fun. We appreciate you coming on.
Definitely. Dewey, got any final thoughts?
No, that's it. Just I was just looking at the website. It looks really, really fantastic. And on the Instagram side, I did see a Linktree link there, so definitely check that out, everyone. Looks like there's some fantastic information. I think my favorite tab on there was the buy me a coffee option. So If you like what happened today, shoot a coffee over.
I saw that on Phil Miranda's thing. And
I was about to say, I thought that was on Phil's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he inspired me because I was like, I like coffee. And I'm like,
I love it.
I need coffee. So, hey, you don't have to buy me a coffee, but if you want to buy me a coffee, no one has bought me a coffee yet, and it's totally fine. I have plenty of Maxwell House upstairs. It's totally fine. So
set me up a coffee link. Y'all have inspired me. I like coffee too.
No,
I know it's better than like I was dabbing with the idea of like a Patron page, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. But I was like, oh, you could totally buy me a coffee though. Like I would totally go for that. So
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never want to be the guy who's like, go subscribe to my Patreon or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Who likes that guy? But anyway, we'll get out of here now. So be sure to catch us next Friday on YouTube Live every Friday at 6 Central. And we're going to be available on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review so we can go up the charts, people. So, that'll do it. Chelsea, it was a blast having you on. We really appreciate it. Wish Jason would have joined you. We'll have to catch him down the road sometime. He's such a busy guy.
He is.
He's all the time going.
I think he was in Germany last week, and then he had 2 training classes this week. So, he's been really busy.
Yep. So we'll have to get him on in the future, but we greatly appreciate you coming on and telling us all the stories and stuff. It was a great time, and we'll see you next week, everybody. Bye, Doer.
See you.
Thank you.